Hey everyone, it's Daniel Brother Barbaris. In this next video, we'll be installing MDT, and we'll also be installing some compatibility fixes that have come about since Windows 11. So let's get started. So let's go to our MDT server, Control-Alt-Insert, and we're going to log in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the resolution because I want to be able to see much more than we have in the 1024 by 768 resolution. So right click the desktop, click display resolution, then click here and click something that is better for you to see. So I'm going to do 1440 by 900, but you can do 1280 by 1024 or whatever you'd like. Okay, there we go. Keep changes. I'm going to adjust this size to about right there. I'm going to close that, and now I'm going to fix BG info by right clicking on start, run, and I'm going to paste that command and it'll fix my BG info. There we go. I'm going to open up Edge from the taskbar, and what we're going to do is we're going to download the newest group policy objects or ADMXs for Windows 10 and Windows 11, and we're going to install them on our domain controller so that we can control policies as our machines go out. Okay, so let's copy this first. And what we'll do first, we'll go here to our settings, we'll go to downloads, and we're going to say, ask me what to do with each download. There we go. And then we can paste this here. This is the new administrative templates for 22H2 Windows 10. Download, save as. We're going to save these to our group policy folder on our share. Okay, save, and there we go. Now let's grab the Windows 11 ones. Copy, paste. There we go. And as you can see, Windows 11 23H2. Click download, save as, and it's the same folder, so click save. And give that a few moments to download. And we're going to browse to our group policy folder once that's completely done. Give that a second. Paste. And almost there. There we go. Go ahead and close Edge. We're here in this folder. Excuse me. We're going to right click, new, folder. We'll type Windows 10 here. And new folder, Windows 11. Okay. The first one, what we're going to do is we're going to double click here to expand that so we know which one we're clicking on. We're going to double click on the Windows 10. Next. I accept. Next. Click on Browse here. We're going to place it in that Windows 10 folder we just created. So click on the title bar and press Control V to paste. OK. Next, and install. Let's wait for that to complete and we'll click Finish. There we are. And we're going to do the same thing with our Windows 11. So double click here. Next, I accept. Next, click Browse. Highlight here. Click on the title. Control V to paste. OK. Next, and install. And we'll just wait for that to finish up. And finish. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Windows 10. And I'm going to click the top one here and shift click the bottom folder. And what you're going to do is you're going to hold down Control and only select the language that you want to use. So I'm going to hold down Control and I'm going to choose ENUS. Then I'm going to hold down my Shift key and I'm going to right click and click Delete. Let's try that one more time. Sorry about that. Control, Shift click, Delete, yes, And there we go. I must have let go of my folder. Go ahead and click do this for all current items. Continue. And away we go. And by holding shift, of course, it doesn't put it in the recycle bin. So click on group policy again, go to the Windows 11 folder. We're going to do the same thing. Okay. So click the top, shift click the bottom. Then we're going to control click the language we want, hold down shift, right click on any one of these, and click delete, yes, and continue. Give that a moment. Okay, and we'll close our Explorer window. Now we're going to go to our domain controller, Control Alt Insert. We're going to log in. Okay. We're going to right click our start menu, run, and we're going to go to MDT01 share /group policy and click OK. And there we are. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to open up this PC as well. So we have two folders open now. I'm going to move this one over here, this one over here. And I'm going to go to C, Windows, and Policy Definitions. Okay. And now what we'll do is we're going to go to the Windows 10 folder here. We're going to click Select All, Copy. We'll click on this window and click Paste. Now, we're only going to copy the group policy objects that we are not replacing any, okay? So when it says that there's some that exist, we're not going to replace them. We're going to click Skip these files, okay? And like I said, it's only going to add the files that we want. So click on here, do this for all current objects, and continue. There we go. You can see it's added a few. And we're going to do the same thing with our Windows 11. So let's go back to Group Policy. Windows 11, select all, copy, go back over here, paste, and it's going to have the same thing. It's going to say, would you like to overwrite or skip these or replace? We're going to click skip these files. Continue. And you can see it's added a few. You can see the ones that are highlighted. Okay. And there we go. We're going to close our Explorer windows. Now we're going to go to Group Policy Management. Start. Group Policy Management. Okay. We're going to click, then right click our default domain policy. Edit. Okay. We're going to go to Computer Configuration, Policies. We're going to go to Administrative Templates, down to Windows Components, down to Windows Security, double click there, and SysTray. I'm going to double click on Hide Windows Security SysTray, and I'm going to do Disabled. OK. As you can see, we don't have a Windows Security icon here on the servers, and that's what we want. Okay, because the default, they show up on the workstations, just not the servers. And I like to have them on the servers as well. Okay, I'm going to close this window. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the news and interest group policy object that we just copied so that we can disable that. So MDT Lab User Settings, Edit. We're going to go to Policies, Administrative Templates, Windows Components, and there's a new one called News and Interest. It's down here. And enable News and Interest on the taskbar. I'm going to click Disabled. OK. Close this window and close Group Policy Management. Now we're going to log into our gateway. There we go. So that all three of our machines are now logged into. I'm going to right click on our terminal. Click on Command Prompt. The same thing on all three. There we go. And I'm going to copy from line 149 up to 147. So it's going to do group policy update force, and then it's going to log out. Okay, so here we go. First one, I always like to wait for the domain controller to be completed before I go on to the other ones, like I told you before. So we'll wait for that one. Computer policy update is completed. User policy, and it logs out. We're going to do all three of these. There we go. Once that's logged out, be good to go. Okay, so let's log back in. Control Alt Insert. And on our servers, we should see our Windows Security in the task tray. And we can actually move that over and turn it on since we didn't do a restart, which is fine. Okay, so let's go to DC01. We'll wait for that. And you can see it's right there. So I'm going to click on it. And so we're going to click here on the taskbar, Windows Security. And we're going to turn on these two. We're going to close that. And then we're going to move the security next to the network icon. Okay, so click, drag that over here, and there we go. Do the same thing with all three. So click here, turn on, and then drag. We can close this. And there we go. I'm going to do the same thing on here. Click, turn on, close, and drag that down there. And we're good to go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get some drivers. Okay, so we downloaded our Dell drivers. We downloaded our HP drivers. But one of our users, Ahmed, he said he uses Lenovo. Now Lenovo does a great thing with their drivers. They only release WinPE drivers that are Ethernet and storage, which is perfect. It's that way it doesn't get cluttered. And you can download WinPE drivers only for the model of the machines that you're deploying to. And I actually really liked that. So I saw that. And so I've added this for Ahmed. And what we've done, I want to tell him before we do this, Ahmed, that the machine you told me you had, the T460S, does not support Windows 11 because it doesn't have an 8th gen CPU, but it will support Windows 10. Now, there are ways to get around that, and I think it's because either it has a TPM module that's older or it has a CPU that's older than 8th gen. There are ways to get around that, but they're not supported by Microsoft. So what I would suggest is you can deploy. I'm going to show you how to deploy to Windows 10 on that machine. But any other machines that you have that are 8th gen or greater, you can still deploy Windows 11 to. Okay, you can also deploy Windows 11 VMs. So you should be good to go there. All right, so having said that, let's get started. We're going to go on our MDT server and we're going to browse. So click on File Explorer. We're going to go to G, Share, and Dell. Drivers, Dell, sorry. Okay, we're going to right click, New, Folder. We're going to type A02, and then we'll click another folder, A33. We're just going to move these. So the A33 is the Windows 10 one. We'll paste it there, continue, and the A02, we'll paste that there. All right, and that way I want to separate them so that when we import them, we can separate them by operating system. All right, so that's good. All right, and now we're going to create new folder structure here under drivers. We're going to type new folder, and we'll type Lenovo, and double click here, go new folder, ThinkPad T460S, and then we're going to open up Edge from the taskbar. Okay, I'm going to copy this because this is where Lenovo keeps their driver packs. And they do this for both MECM or SCCM and MDT, which is great. Okay, so I'm down here. We're going to click on our three dots, find on this on the page T460S. There we go. And we're going to grab this 64-bit, which is our WinPE for 10 and 11. Okay, so click here. All right, down here at the bottom, we're going to look. We see the package, which is the EXE package. We'll click download, click cancel. Okay, and then we're going to click it one more time. There we go. Save as. Okay, we're going to go to share, drivers, Lenovo, and ThinkPad. We'll save that there. Okay, we're going to close Edge. Okay, we're going to go inside the folder here. We're going to double click this file. Next, I accept. Next, I'm going to copy this path. It'll create a new folder for us. Control V to paste. Next, install, finish, and now our Ethernet and storage drivers are ready to be imported. And I like the way Lenovo did that. It's really great. Okay, so you can click finish. And what we're going to do is we're going to browse to our G drive again. We're going to go to share and Microsoft Deployment Toolkit. Okay, double click on Microsoft Deployment Toolkit X64, which we downloaded in our prerequisites video. Next, I accept. Next, next. I don't want to join the program. Next, and install. Click finish. We're going to go to start, and we're going to go up to your deployment workbench, right click, and pin to start. There we go. Okay, now we're going to browse to our fix that we downloaded, which is this KB, and where we moved our BG info updates. So what we'll do is we're going to copy this folder path. We'll go down here, right click, run, paste that there. We'll move that over here, and we're going to copy and paste. Replace the files. Do this for all current items, and we're good to go there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to browse to this folder, samples. I'm going to right click on background bitmap, rename, and at the end of the D I'm going to put underscore BAK for a backup. I'm going to go back over here, click on Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, and I'm going to copy the one that we created, and we're going to paste that there. Okay, and that one matches our backgrounds. So there we go. Nice clean background. Okay, we can close both of these Explorer windows. Okay, now the first fix we're going to do is our MSA HTML fix. Okay, we close these here real quick. Privacy or appearance. Close these. Don't need that. There we go. Okay, so on their GitHub, they have some fixes, and here is the first fix. To enable this change in MDT, because there was a new change to the Visual Basic version or VB script version, we're going to change this file. Okay, and that's what we've got here, and I place that in line. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll click Start. I'm going to right click on Notepad++, click More, and Run as Administrator. File, Open. I'm going to copy this path, paste, open, and I'm going to copy from line 269 all the way to 245, and I'm going to go from the bottom here of line 20 all the way up to 1, and Control V to paste. It's added that registry key, and we'll click Save. And that's good to go. So we can exit Notepad++. Here's our second one. So in BitLocker, or the BDE, it checks to see if BDE is supported. And here's the thing. Microsoft Deployment Toolkit 8456 was released before Server 2022 was released. So when it does its check, it doesn't know that that exists, so it doesn't enable BitLocker completely. But we only have to remove one function inside that file, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can see here, this is the fix that we're going to enable. So we'll click on Start, right-click Notepad++, More. We're going to say Run as Administrator. Here's the file we're going to open. It's on line 288. So File, Open, paste that. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to find this line. So search, find, paste that there, find next, click close, and you can see it right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to comment out that section. So go down to the end of line 309, all the way up to 293, right click, copy, and go from 167 over here to 151 over here and paste, and then just click Save. And we're good to go. Okay, we're going to make sure that there aren't any others there. So let's do that. Search, find, paste that, find next, and there's only one. So we're good to go. Close that. The next one is Johan released this a while back, and I thought it was nice to have just because it's just warnings that come up. Unable to create web service class. And you usually see these when you say that you want to not skip the end of the task sequence, and that's fine. And all we're going to be doing is commenting on one line, and it's just to keep it clean, right? So there we go. We're going to do that. So let's go here, right click, More, Run as Administrator. Here's the file that he called out. So File, Open, paste. There we go. Search, find. And here it is, unable to create web service class. Click on the top, Control V to find next, click close. And all we're going to do is click here, and we're going to add a single quote. Okay? And save. That's it for that one. And we can close Notepad++. Now, I like to do rules per task sequence, okay? And this is a nice little find because we can actually add our product keys per task sequence. We can add applications per task sequence using this trick. And this is great. So what we're going to do, we'll follow along here on this nice, let's see, this is RDR-IT. So let's click on Start, right click, More, Run as Administrator. We're going to open up the Deploy Wiz Select TS VBS. File, Open. Paste that there. And we're going to find this function validate TS list. Paste that there. Find next. There it is. Now you see dim OTS, which is right here. And under that, we're going to paste these three lines from 363 to 365. So press enter and then Control V. I'm going to go to line 94 and press a tab and a tab there just to make it look nice. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do another search, copy, search, find, Control V, find next, and we see the end of the function. And before end of function, we're going to copy line 375 and 374. So we're going to put a space here, and we'll paste that right there, and save. And now we can close Notepad++, and we're all set for MDT, and I'll see you in the next video.